Welcome to MustBlend, a novel interactive XML querying system. Using MustBlend, you can formulate and modify a complex XML query using an intuitive interface and get the results almost instantly. A novel feature of MustBlend is its ability to blend query formulation and query processing. In other words, your query is processed and your results are computed even when the query is being built. Therefore, when the query is complete, the results can be retrieved with minimal latency. To use MustBlend, we first start with adding the data into the index. It involves 3 steps: creating a database, creating a data source, and loading the document into a data source. To create a database, click this button, and then provide its name and its server address. The username and password here are the credential to access a specified server. After that, click this button to add a new data source into the new database. A data source is a set of XML documents with similar semantics and schema. Finally, click this button to load an XML document into a data source. As this indexing could take some time, in this demonstration, to save time, we have preloaded a sample database with 2 biological data sources, UniProt and IntiPro. Now, let's issue some queries. The first step to formulate a new query is to specify its output expression. Here, let's assume we are looking for some protein entries names. Drag this node and drop it into the output expression area. As specified here, there are nearly 180,000 entries names in UniProt data source. More importantly, this number demonstrates the newly specified expression has already been processed by MustBlend. Similarly, to formulate a condition, drag the corresponding node and drop it into this area. A dialog will appear asking for the value of the condition. For instance, let's look for human proteins. Subsequent conditions can be issued similarly. Notice the value constraint may not necessarily be equal condition. For example, this attribute contains not only years but also months and days. But here, we are only looking for protein entries created in year 2001. Therefore, we should use the contain operator. The 2 formulated conditions are joined together by an AND operator represented by this run node. To execute a query, click Run. The results are displayed on the right panel. Now, let's add more conditions. For example, let's specify where the protein entries were published. These data are not available in UniProt data source, so that we must use IntiPro data source. Let's search for protein entries published on Science Journal. As the new condition is in a different data source from UniProt, MustBlend automatically inquires the user for the join condition between the 2 data sources. Following the specification of UniProt and IntiPro, the reference ID of UniProt's protein entry must be equal to the ID of IntiPro's protein entry. Continue with the publication condition. Let's specify the publication year as well. As it is common for the publication journal and the publication year to refer to the same publication, MustBlend automatically detects and confirms it with the user. Notice that the journal condition and year condition are merged together with an AND condition as inquired before. Let's execute the query. Expectedly, the result size is reduced due to additional conditions. Now, let's modify some of our conditions. To modify a value condition, double-click on the modified condition. For example, we can change this equality condition to inequality condition. To toggle the AND/OR operator, double-click on the operator node. Now, let's re-execute the query. Expectedly, the result size is dramatically increased. However, notice that the performance does not deteriorate significantly. Summarily, in this video, we hope we have shown the core features of MustBlend, including its ability to formulate, modify, and process complex XML queries intuitively and efficiently.